What's up, Reefers? Welcome to Alex Power Corals. This is Alex Wilson. This is my video log. That's right, where you can learn from my mistakes. And today I have another blackout for 24 hours to try to control the Dino nightmare bloom. So let's check it out. Alright, so I have this. I did another 24-hour blackout on my system here, as well as on my coral quarantine on my coral scrubber underneath there. So definitely looks better after another 24 hours, as well as giving it a good, bring it the intensity down to just 20%. 20% of the intensity of that was running. And so right here, I have the radions on blue on 20%, and then I also have the Kessels on 50% on whites, just so I can film this video right now. So that's what it looks like right there, Kessels on whites. So I got the strong shimmer going with the radions on the blue 20%. When I have the radions higher up, intensity, it completely drowns out the Kessels as far as any of the shimmer I can hardly tell on it. Anyway, another problem with the radions seems like that it's a little hard to update sometimes. Some of them will not update for some reason, or not connect correctly to each other. A few seem to be doing one thing, a few seem to be doing another's, and sometimes I have to try to reboot and remove and restart them and play around with them. So certainly can be a little frustrating, a little bit of a hassle. These Ecotech radions, I try to get them to work. Sometimes I wish they were more just like the Kessels, a little bit more plug and play, easier to use. The manual knobs to the intensity and the color on top that you can also use. So anyway, I got it going, and here it is. And alright, so let's check it out. We got a lot of it's dying and dead as far as I can tell. There's very little of the brown slime. That's right, Dino flagellate slime nightmare right here. That's right, I got it. It was just horrible knitting brown slime, just completely smothering up all of my corals and clams. And now everything is definitely better, and hopefully this let my microfauna catch up with the Dino flagellates here. Definitely know that the microfauna, at least according to Ryan Batchelor, Bulk Reef Supply, talking about how the copepods and the other microfauna definitely eat all of this brown algae and dinoflagellates. So just have to get them in balance and wait for the population to catch up. And so that's what I believe. That I believe it's just caused from excess dissolved organics, from excess feeding. So certainly just going to keep the feeding to an absolute zero for the time being. But you can see some of the little bit of the brown slime still there. Dino nightmare. And definitely have the green slimer should bounce back, as well as that bubble right there. Those two bubbles, the big bubbles, have been doing good and almost unaffected. Poncylopora completely smothered out. Just a few small spots right there. Might have to throw that one away. But Goniopora's coming back right there. Acanthophilia, that's one dude that wasn't affected too much. He was kind of closed up a little bit more, but really wasn't affected as much as the other corals over here. Gonioporas over here, most of them are still closed up, as well as the Duncan over there. And let's check out the Heliofungia, still closed up, but I can tell he's perking up a little bit better now that we just got rid of this. It's just this brown slime. It's just so unfortunate that it's, as if it's not bad enough, it's just just toxic to the corals, you know, just so much of you could see, you know, not just it is, you know, when it's on them it's bad, but it doesn't even have to be directly on the corals, you know, just be on, just surrounding the rocks, you know, and you can definitely see that they react to it, but certainly just by the polyp extension is much reduced, so you can tell that they're certainly affected. Certainly find it to be toxic when you just get that much of the toxic brown slime going like that as well. So anyway, here it is, guys. I'm just going to go a little like that and try to increase the lighting intensity little by little back to where it was at, and try to hold that feeding to a minimum, and certainly no reef voids or any dehydrated chicken manure to this one. So that's a quick update on that one. And let's check out my 20-gallon quarantine system. So here it is, and it's doing well as always. Here's a close shot up of the mushrooms, as well as the toadstool. There it is. And everybody else in here is looking pretty good. Here's the shot of it. And so good so far on my float system right here. Then I also have the fail-safe valve on the bottom down there. So good so far on that. I'll keep you updated. But let's check it out. What do we got? Oh, so I had a whole bunch of small of the huge abalone, like a huge baby abalone population explosion down in my coral my coral scrubber system. And so down in the coral scrubber system, you know, let's check them out. So we're down here in the coral scrubber system. Huge baby abalone population bloom. And so I had a whole bunch of them all on the gravel. I showed you guys last time, but there's a whole bunch of them this morning on the glass right here. So I went ahead and grabbed what I could right there and put them in a small container. Moved them up here into the main display just to try to get more of them going. And sure enough, there are a whole bunch of I probably grabbed like 5 or, well, maybe around 10 of them, and tossed them in there to get more of these baby abalones going up here on top as well. I know there's quite a few, well, there's a few adults up here, but get a whole bunch of the babies up here going. So I want to get as much as possible because it certainly had a big bloom of them down there, and also had a big bloom of them in here as well. So once the time period runs out, the full 2.5 months is up on the velvet timer, then I'll be able to move everything over, including as many of the abalone as possible, as well as the other snails that I have in here, and clams and corals and everybody else. So let's check them out. And looking good. I got the coralline algae in here. It came back, certainly died back from the red slime remover, I believe, possibly even the ChemiClean. And so yeah, you know, I hit the ChemiClean too on the main display as well fairly recently, but it didn't seem to work against that brown slime. So that's when I decided to go ahead and lower temporarily the light levels in there just to kick it down and get rid of the huge bloom. And so good so far. And this one up here though, I had the same thing and it's gone now. And so I never adjusted the lighting on this one whatsoever. So I just the ChemiClean, but I don't know if the ChemiClean was just a coincidence. You know, it just seemed to disappear like clockwork, or whether it did in fact have an effect on it, can't say. So that certainly would be a good scientific experiment out there if you are a scientist. Certainly run that one. Alright, let's check this side over here. Move some of these guys around a little bit. Orange Setosa right there. We got the branching green salmon coral right there. Gotta love it. And call me crazy, but some of these acros in here actually look like they're still alive. So hopefully so good so far. I got this that
bonsai right there. Certainly one of the hardier ones. That, at least that's what I've heard. That got that's the blue Bali Slimer right there. And so a lot of these guys are looking pretty good. So no growth on them yet, but definitely still alive and definitely have good color and relatively good polyp extension on them. So we'll have to see. Got this, what's that, the Radical Stag right there. And this one in the front right here is the Firecracker. And this Firecracker has a purple that's the strongest purple I've seen. It almost reminds me of something very similar to the Crocea clams that I have in here. And so I had some of these Zoas on it. They came on there, but I didn't want the Zoas, so I took them out yesterday and carefully removed them. There was about 4 of them. I think it was just one, but suddenly there was 4, of course. Typical zoanthids. They spread really quickly, so that's why I didn't want to get zoanthids. I prefer to have just, if anything, the nut mushrooms. So any type of the Discosoma redactus, I prefer those. So anyway, I got rid of the ones that were on there. And so, yep, that's it. Let's check out Rainbow Splice. Let's see if they're still alive. Still alive, guys. Can't believe it. Homewrecker and the Walt Disney. Alright, guys. Well, that's it. Just a quick update to see what's going on here. But check back to see what happened with this crazy Dino Bloom Nightmare. Are my corals gonna make it? Or what? Alright, happy reefing. Bye.